All right, today we're diving deep into a case that's almost a century old, but still generates so much buzz, the 1932 Atlas vampire in Stockholm. Our mission really is to cut through all that sensational folklore, get to the forensic reality of Lili Lindstrom's murder.
And the timing is, well, it's pretty striking. We're talking early May 1932. This was right after Thalberg's Missalften Walpurgis Night. Big festival in Sweden.
Right, bonfires to chase away darkness.
Exactly. And instead, this really unique and grim darkness falls over this one apartment in the Atlas district. Quite the contrast.
So the victim, Lili Lindstrom, 32 years old. Police find her, and immediately the legend starts. Brutally murdered, apparently drained of blood. That's the story that took hold. And this detail, this blood-stained gravy ladle found nearby.
Such a potent image. Really screamed monster, didn't it? But let's maybe unpack her last known hours first.
Good idea. Because it seems pretty clear this wasn't a stranger attack.
No, not at all. We know this largely thanks to her neighbor, Minnie Jansen. Lili actually visited Minnie just before she died. She needed to borrow contraceptives.
Okay, so that tells us a client was either there already or she was expecting one.
No, precisely. But there's more. Lili came back to Minnie's again later that night. And this time, she was only wearing a coat. Nothing underneath.
Wow. So she felt comfortable enough leaving this person alone in her apartment while she just popped out like that.
Exactly. That casualness plus no sign of forced entry, it strongly suggests the killer wasn't just known to her, but someone she trusted. Maybe a regular client.
So the murder itself was a deep betrayal.
A profound one. And then you get to the scene the police found on May 4th. It's just baffling.
Okay, lay it out for us.
Well, the cause of death was clear. Repeated, savage, blunt force trauma to her head. Just brutal, frenzied violence.
Okay, sheer rage.
You'd think. But then, her clothes, other personal items, they were found neatly folded on a chair right next to the bed.
That doesn't fit. Rage and meticulous tidiness.
It's a stark contradiction. Why the frenzy, then this almost eerie sense of order?
Maybe panic. Like the rage subsides and they just desperately try to clean up, make it neat, put things right.
That's a very plausible way to look at it. And that panic, that cleanup effort, it probably explains the whole drained of blood mystery far better than any vampire legend.
Okay, so the press was drained, but the reality was likely different.
Much different, most likely. Look, the head wounds would have caused significant bleeding. The killer probably stayed for quite a while after the murder, meticulously cleaning up, scooping up the pooled blood.
With the ladle?
Probably. Not as some, ritualistic drinking vessel, but as a practical tool to get rid of the blood.
Okay, that shifts the image completely. Not a mythical monster, but a cold, methodical predator covering their tracks.
Yeah.
Still terrifying.
Absolutely. But the real tragedy here, from an investigative standpoint, is the forensics, or the lack thereof, in terms of what they could do with it.
Right. 1932. What did they have that would crack the case today?
Oh, it's heartbreaking, really. The scene was loaded. Fingerprints, likely on the ladle itself. Saliva residue, maybe on Lili. And crucially, a used condom was found containing semen.
So the killer's DNA, literally.
Literally his DNA profile. But the tech for DNA analysis, for databases, it was decades away. All that potentially case-solving evidence, useless at the time.
A disaster of timing. So with such contradictory actions, the violence, then the cleanup, how did investigators even try to profile this person?
It was tough. Led them down some interesting paths. We can basically boil it down to three main theories or profiles.
Okay, what were they?
First, the one the press loved, the ritualist. This theory leans into the sensational. Maybe someone with clinical vampirism, Renfield syndrome, this psychological compulsion involving blood.
So for this type, the ladle was part of a ritual.
Potentially, yes. Then you have the complete opposite, the perfectionist.
The meat freak.
Kind of. The idea here is the cleanup wasn't about the crime, but about an obsessive need for order. The violence happened, then this compulsion to tidy the resulting chaos kicked in.
Two very different motives driving the cleanup.
Totally different psychologies. And then there's the third one, honestly maybe the most chilling.
Which is?
The insider. Someone who knew police procedures.
You mean, like a cop?
Or someone connected. The theory suggests they staged the scene, removed the blood, left the weird clue, the ladle, specifically to mislead investigators, knowing it would send them chasing shadows instead of focusing on, say, Lili's regular clients.
Wow. Chilling is the right word.
And what adds to the mystery, this killer-specific, very unique MO, it was never officially seen again.
So not a typical serial killer pattern. that compulsion to repeat.
Doesn't seem like it. The trail went cold. The case was officially closed in 1957, unsolved.
And ultimately, behind the spooky name Atlas Vampire, there's Lily Lindstrom, a real person whose tragic death got swallowed by this myth.
Her story became secondary to her killer's legend.
So maybe the thought to leave you with is this. This person commits this incredibly brutal, bizarre crime, and then just stops, melts back into Stockholm society. Never repeats it, as far as we know. Given how fast the media created the Atlas Vampire narrative, you have to wonder, did that intense public fascination, that shaping of him as a monster, somehow play a role? Did it bizarrely maybe satisfy something in him or scare him enough that he never felt the need to kill again? Something for you to think about.